Hey guys, how you doing? Ron here with Tech Tips to Go. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Ethereum and then my price prediction on what Ethereum is going to be after the Bitcoin halving. So most of you know that I'm a maximalist on VeChain, Bitcoin, and XRP. I would say majority is VeChain and Ethereum and Bitcoin. So I'm not, you know, for me, I don't look at, in my eyes, the way I look at cryptocurrency, Bitcoin being digital gold. There's a lot of people who are Bitcoin maximalists and hate Ethereum. But in my eyes, I think Bitcoin, the two dominant players in the market, Bitcoin and Ethereum, I love both of them. I love both of them for two different reasons. The way I look at Bitcoin is Bitcoin being digital gold, and Ethereum, I just think has a better proposition value in terms of what's being built out there. One, because they have four times more the developers on Ethereum than Bitcoin. And there's nothing wrong with Bitcoin. I just think Bitcoin should just be Bitcoin. Exactly like gold. When it comes to fiat currency, you have the US dollar, you have the Canadian dollar, you have the euro, et cetera, et cetera. It fluctuates up and down. I just say, let Bitcoin be Bitcoin. Let it be that store of value. Bitcoin will always be Bitcoin. Some people say, it might either go to the millions or it'll go to zero. If you look at some of the interviews with Chamath, the owner of the Golden State Warriors, he owns Social Capital, a multi-billion-dollar investment firm, and he's a strong believer in Bitcoin. And he also says that, Bitcoin could be go up to a million or it could go flat zero. But when you look at Ethereum and what it has going on, Ethereum keeps growing and growing and growing just because of that use case. And if you check out this website, it's called DeFi Pulse. And if you're new to cryptocurrency and Ethereum, when it comes to decentralized finance, that's what DeFi is. It's the new buzzword not new, but it's that buzzword that's been going around. And if you hear about DeFi, developers on DeFi, Ethereum is number one. It's just you buy a car, you've got two places to go get gas. It's ExxonMobil or 7-Eleven, right, in the US, right? And if you look at this, if we go to the lending, right, so on Ethereum, you have Maker. Maker sits right around, I think. So if you look at Maker, Maker was about 700. Then we had a large dip. It was trading around 600-700. And then we had, when the transactions per second and that whole, when the whole market went down with Ethereum couldn't handle all the transactions per second, Maker dropped. Now it's about 298. But other than that, if you look at the decentralized finance, the lending, if you look at the gas and the link, the chain that it is being used on, you could look at the top 11 here. Everything runs on Ethereum, right? Maker runs on Ethereum, Compound, Aave, InstantDApp, DYDX, DForce. So if you think Ethereum is going to go down to zero or it's going to be non-existent, that's very, very, very low chance. Just everything. It's just it's almost, the way I look at it is you buy a PC and you need an operating system. What do you need to run your applications? You need Microsoft. And the way I look at it as Ethereum is, if you need to run your blockchain technology, you're running on Ethereum, right? You're running your gas on Ethereum. You're using Ethereum's chain. So if you look at DEXs, look at that. Ethereum, Ethereum, Ethereum. Derivatives, you look at Ethereum, Ethereum, Ethereum. The payments on decentralized finance, there's only one, which is Bitcoin. Ethereum, 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 right? And that's why I say, let Bitcoin be Bitcoin, store of value, digital gold. Bitcoin will always go up. It has the hugest market share. So I own a lot of Bitcoin, not a lot of Bitcoin, but, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I just personally think you can't go wrong with them. If you look at the assets, Ethereum, WBTC, Ethereum, Melon, it's on Ethereum network. And if you go to all, look at this, Ethereum, Ethereum, Ethereum. There's only Lightning Network, which is on Bitcoin for payments. And then you have, you know what? It's all Ethereum. I thought there was two of them. But anyways, if you look at Ethereum's price was hovering around 280, then it dropped down to 90. But overall, I just think, in the pandemic, I think we're going to see, I personally think Ethereum maybe possibly even beating Bitcoin's coin market cap. I think we could see Ethereum at 10,000, in the near future. I'd say in 2022. But like I mentioned, it just really depends on how the market goes once everything kind of gets back to normal. So that's my take on Ethereum. I think it's great. Decentralized finance, the future. There's already tons of use cases out there for Ethereum. With Bitcoin, I think the transactions per second, it's not as fast as Ethereum. Ethereum, like I mentioned, they've got 4 times the amount of developers on Ethereum. And that's why I look at the prediction of Ethereum of $10,000 or more per coin in the near future. So anyways, near future, if you're going to ask me what date, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure like we're looking more at 2022 and beyond. Probably, second quarter, third quarter. But that's my take, guys. Not financial advice at all. It's just that's the way I think Ethereum is going to go. And part of the other reason, I almost forgot this, but as mass adoption comes in, you can see like cryptocurrency and adoption is getting better and better day by day. Because if you look at the forums, the Reddit forums, now Reddit itself is beginning to explore. I think they even made an announcement that Reddit is going to be using the Ethereum ERC token for the community points. So that's huge, because if you look at this article, and I'll leave the link in the description, Ethereum and Reddit is one of the most popular social media websites with over 400 million users. So you know what that's going to do in terms of mass adoption in cryptocurrency. It's Bitcoin's a household name. Number 2 comes Ethereum. Reddit is going to be using now Ethereum, or going to build upon Ethereum. It's going to be huge, guys. And that's why, I think, slowly Ethereum is going to creep up to Bitcoin and possibly surpass. But anyways, let me know your comments below. Let me know if you completely disagree. And for my subscribers and my non-subscribers, click the like button and click the notification, and I'll see you in the next one.